The beginning of high school marks the start of a new chapter in your life, and you've probably got a lot of questions. Questions such as, can high school really change my future? Or how about, can high school actually be fun? The answer is yes when you get involved with one of Alachua County's career academies. When you participate in Alachua County's career academies, you get to decide which program matches your interests. So let's take a look at these academy programs.
When you take biotechnology, it is really a big eye-opener on all the career paths that it gives you and the opportunities that you can have. Lots of people, discover vaccines through biotechnology, new medicines. It's biotechnology, it's the technology of life. Our equipment is like state-of-the-art. We have better equipment than some colleges, we have better equipment than the majority of all biotechnology programs. It's a big benefit because when you work with those things, then you go to college to further your career in biotechnology, you know how to use all the tools. You can take an application test, and if you make, I think it's an 80 or above, you get college credits for taking the course. And then when you take those college credits, you get to miss a whole entire college class when you go to Santa Fe College, and that's awesome. When I was in middle school, I said, I want to do biotech. I'm going to leave my friends and I'm going to start a new scary school and go to a whole new town, But it's just worth it. It's just all worth it, and you can see that in the end.
Being in the Fire and EMS Academy has given me such discipline as a person. It just built me into what I wanted to be.
Grab the hold it back.
I'm 100% a hands-on learner. I like to be moving. I like to be working in different atmospheres. So there's always something different, always something going on.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
They teach you CPR, they teach you how to treat injuries such as traumatic injuries or bleeding or anything that somebody would throw at you. You can go anywhere you'd like. You can branch off to nursing, you can branch off to even pursuing a career as a doctor. I actually took honors courses, I took AP classes, and I got those college credits that I could carry over to Santa Fe College or wherever I decided to go. There's definitely a very strong camaraderie. When you rely on other people in situations, you have to know how to work with them, you have to know how to communicate. It definitely has changed me as a person.
Ready to find fire!
In the Institute of Graphic Art and Design, we've been going over the fundamentals, just building a foundation for a career in art.
Like not just digital art, but hands-on, because I'm so used to pen and pencil, but now I use charcoal, I use clay, I sew now too. I wouldn't have done any of this stuff if I didn't go to the academy. It's just so cool. I actually love this program so much.
You are definitely set up to work with other people or for someone, and you are also taught how to build a resume and a portfolio to show an employer. Everyone in the Academy has the opportunity to earn certifications for all sorts of Adobe products like Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator. And getting these allows you to become a certified Adobe graphic design specialist.
Okay.
It sets you apart from other employees.
I actually know what I want to do before I get out of high school. People are usually still thinking about that after high school. They're just I don't know what to do. I do.
The Academy is definitely a springboard for whatever type of business field that you want to go into, whether that be marketing and advertising, which would be more creative, or you want to go into accounting, or maybe even just business law. It basically can take any interest that you have and let you make money with that and teach you how to make money with doing what you love. And that's what's great about entrepreneurship. Additionally, we have a cafe and an apparel store within our academy, and so you'll have the opportunity to work with real vendors and get real-world experience. And as students, you'll be ordering the merchandise, designing merchandise, and pricing the merchandise to be able to make a profit. You also have the opportunity to get college credit through by just taking a test from the information that you learn in the academy. I'm absolutely glad I did this. This has completely changed my career path and really given me a vision for what I want to do with my life from here on out.
The Santa Fe veterinary program is pretty much a crash course to prepare you for vet college or a career in the veterinary field.
I never dealt with cows and pigs and sheep, and getting to see that here and experience it hands-on was just amazing to me.
In the past, we've had calves that maybe have health problems, and we actually get to go out and figure out what's going on, and we'll call a veterinarian out if it's serious enough and get to watch them deal with it, and it's kind of like a team effort. We're all learning.
Sometimes students bring in their own animals so we could work on it, or if their animal had medical issues, we would go over what they are and how the vet was treating them.
At the end of the 4 years of classes that are all veterinary based, you have the option to get your Florida Veterinary Medical Association assisting degree. You can put it on college applications, and if you do, you have to get a certain number of hours under a veterinarian.
Actually working in a vet clinic actually gives you more opportunity because you have that experience in that office and they have that experience with you.
FFA is something that goes hand in hand with this program, and that alone has made me so much more of a leader than I used to be. I feel like it's definitely broadened my horizons.
I have wanted to tell stories since I was a very, very small child. If you learn to be a filmmaker, you can create whatever you want if you have the resources.
When you watch a movie, it's not just one person behind the scenes, there's a whole entire crew of people.
A co-director, cameraman, actors. There's a news crew, so there might be some people in the green screen room reading off the news.
Good morning, Eagles.
And there'll be people outside talking about the weather, interviewing students. We're trying to make the news a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. For the most part, it's fun going out on location and learning how to do stuff.
We work with more the things that you would see if you're looking behind the scenes of an actual production. We have Adobe Premiere on our school computers that we get to take home with us for all 4 years. Definitely, I would say do it. Not only is the program really entertaining, you can get certified, and it's just things that you need to go into the career later into your life.
Yeah, I love it.
If you like to cook and you really want to learn more about the culinary industry, then this would be a great choice because we really do learn at the professional level. We've done caterings for 1,000 people. We've worked with a lot of professional people in the industry. We learn the basic sauces, how to bake, all the chemical processes of bread and how things affect each other. And it's we don't just learn how to cook, we learn what happens when things cook. Whenever you meet other culinary schools, people from there, they don't have the tools and the teachers that we have. If you go into any program and you actually have something to do every day, something to look forward to, it will make you really feel inspired. You want to go to college, you want to do more things, you want to get involved. It's not like home ec, it's actually the real thing.
The Academy of Future Teachers is so much more than I expected it to be. I absolutely love it. Everyone learns in different ways. People are kinesthetic, people are linguistic learners. Because of that, she reminds us that while we're teaching our lessons, we need to incorporate at least 3 to 5 different learning styles in there. Everything in the classroom matters to the student. The student artwork on the walls matter. The way that the teacher walks around, where the teacher's desk is. Your junior year of high school, you are able to intern at literally any school in Alachua County. Elementary schools, middle schools, different high schools, there's different career paths that the Academy helps prepare you for. It's not just teaching. Now I am thinking about being a child psychologist or a school counselor. With the help of the Academy, I feel like I've grown as a person, I've grown as an individual. So if you're an 8th grader and you're thinking about your future, or you think that your future is important to you, then try something new.
It's a hands-on program. It's totally different from a regular class.
Within the Academy of Agri-Science, there's ornamental horticulture, the animal science program, and the agrotechnology.
Small animals, large animals. There's exotic animals. They even brought in alpacas.
Their goal is to open every door. When you graduate, is to have every door open. So if you want to go work or if you want to go to college, you'll have that opportunity.
It's not just farming, it's not just working with plants and animals.
You can come in the program, have a passion for agriculture, but you don't need to graduate and go into the agricultural field. We're shaping great leaders and promoting personal growth. But also, if you're involved with FFA, there's competitions throughout the year. Livestock judging, horse judging, pretty much any kind of field in agriculture, there's a competition for it. If you find the place where you like to be, whether it's around animals, doing hands-on work, learning about them, I think this is a place for you. When you like to do something, I think the work comes easy.
You become ahead of the game because at 15, 16 years old, you're learning how to do tax forms, and some adults are still learning how to do tax forms, and you're learning about how to do mortgages, and you're learning how you fill it out. So you don't actually have to learn that stuff as you're trying to do it. You already know it ahead of time. Joining the Academy of Finance, not only will you learn personal financing skills, but students also have the opportunity to join Featured Biz Leaders of America. So through FBLA, we're not just taking tests, you're also learning leadership. You have to work with a team, a national team, a state team to accomplish things. You also learn public speaking. I had to speak to over 3,000 kids at different national conferences, and basically it brings you out of your shell. The students have the opportunity to work at the Bobcat branch of the Florida Credit Union at Beholds High School. For a semester, half of them will work as tellers and the other half will work as customer service. And the ones that are tellers, they learn how to do deposits, withdrawals, transfers between different accounts, and it actually gives you experience, something you can put on your resume that you've actually spent a year or so doing. In college, you have to pay for your classes through your tuition, and the Academy of Finance gives students an opportunity to actually earn college credit so that later on in college they actually don't have to take those classes. It kind of gives you that real life example and how the real world actually works.
My interest in this academy was the robots. I love robots.
In the Academy of Robotics and Engineering, whenever you're building your robot, you want to look for continuous improvement so you can build the robot the best that you can and to make it as efficient as possible. So we're pretty much using the scientific method to make a product and revise it. You try and make it better than your previous model. In the Academy, we are very, very fortunate about having several 3D printers, and we can pretty much replicate several other pieces that we might be needing more of.
Z-axis too. If you have a dream working with robots, you should totally fulfill it.
I get up every morning saying, I am so excited to do some more robotics.
The world's always in need for automotive technicians. You're always going to have cars, you're always going to need someone to work on your car. The program itself is very career-oriented, so we have a operating shop and we actually work hands-on in the shop. Teachers, students, they bring their cars in and we work on their cars, and that's how we get our experience in the shop. It's a very fun program, but you learn a lot while you're in it as well. I'm getting an awesome education, I'm getting real-life experience in the shop, and I feel like this school is an amazing place to be.
A lot of the stuff that we do in design and technology has so much to do with what the world offers today. Animation, commercials, what you see on the computer, on the internet, web design, all of that stuff is done with technology. What I'm doing now currently is web design, and so I'm starting to get a feel for programming. You need to know who your audience is, what they're going to need, because if you're talking to children, you need something that's not so hard to understand and something that's a little bit more colorful. But when you're talking to adults, you might need something that has a little more information on it.
Well, the first step that you do with this kind of game is you create the characters because it's more character-based.
If you're a person who's interested in art or anything technology, I would definitely recommend this program because it's a lot of fun and you really get to do what you love.
The scope of the program is huge. It goes way beyond what people may think of as just, a nursing program or a prep nursing school. We have different clinical specialties. By your senior year, you can choose anywhere from nursing to respiratory therapy, EMT, EKG tech, pharmacy tech, tons of different scopes of practice. You spend a lot of time doing hands-on things. I spent 3 weeks doing nothing but blood pressure, vital sign, height, weight, temperature things, but it's not something that you easily forget, and you'll get it until you get it right. Part of the program also is a sense of fellowship and camaraderie among the students. Because we're all in the same academy and we take a lot of the same classes, people have study groups, people get together, you make tons of friends. Senior year is a lot of on-the-job training. Your first semester of your senior year, you spend getting your certifications, making sure that you're ready to actually be in the clinical setting because you're working with real people. We're partnered with Shands, North Florida Regional Medical Center, and UF, numerous nursing homes throughout the county and throughout the city. So there's plenty of places to do your rotations. I can't imagine not having done it. It's been that great.
I came in just hoping that I'd get some college credits and thinking, oh, well, I'm a female, I can learn some self-defense as a freshman, it'll help me throughout the years.
It is learning about criminal justice, from book to hands-on to actually being able to feel like you're right there with it.
We do room clearings, we pull over the cop car and try to get someone out of it and just deal with hands-on situations that would really happen.
So we have fingerprinting, we have a whole DT lab, which is all padded.
Defensive tactics is pretty much anything you need to know for self-defense training.
We have a whole courtroom that we use for mock trials.
We make up a jury, we have attorneys for prosecution and defense, and we have a judge there as well.
And I rest my case.
We get people to come in from a part of the FBI, wildlife officers, officers from High Springs, to explain to us how each department's different.
I'm still learning about myself as a person and what I want in life through this academy, and that's what's most surprising me is.
Come on. You can get out in the field and raise animals and show steers, and then that's not something you get to do in a regular classroom setting.
You have a whole bunch of equipment, all that you need, that will be in the real world if you actually had a farm.
With the agribusiness part of it, we learn about money. It's not just growing plants, it's how much money it took to grow these plants and how much money you're making on these plants. Sometimes it's strange going to geometry class and using what you're learning in other classes to help you learn calculations for feed or history. You learn about the history of agriculture and how it's been used and changed throughout the world.
You can earn a whole bunch of industry certifications in this, and it can just help a lot on your college resume and getting a job in the future.
We're like one big family. There's no negativity here. It's if you come here, we are going to look out for you, or if someone needs help, we're here to help. I'm 100% a different person because of the FFA and the agribusiness. This has really shaped me into what I want to do in my future career.
You'll be able to learn a new skill set and better yourself professionally no matter what career choice you go into.
You just gotta go for it. You just gotta go and do it, you know? There's really no time to waste when you're in 8th grade because it's the beginning of a learning process, which is high school.